Indiana Comic Con.
There's anime, there's movies, TV.
It's just awesome.
And among the fan favorites every year,
he's here. I feel really fortunate.
With a Hollywood career spanning 7 decades, William Shatner never seems to disappoint. He certainly didn't talking to me.
How many of these are you doing?
Squeezing us in for a few minutes on Zoom.
As far as I'm concerned, it's only you.
Okay.
I wanted to talk with him about why Comic-Con keeps drawing him back, even at 93 years old.
Because it's there. Because, first of all, I have a home in Lexington. So it's, I'll be driving from Lexington to Indianapolis. And, on an occasional weekend, I'll go to a city and spend Friday night and Saturday there, communing with the audience, and then go home.
Can you talk about the power and the importance of your fan base? These people absolutely adore you and have for, 50 years.
For longer than you've been alive. The adoration is required in every life. You should have some adoration, whether it's from your dog or your wife or your children or from Lithuania. I mean, imagine being adored by the whole of Lithuania. I do them because I do during that period of time, I'm in front of an audience for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And that hour allows me to amuse and amaze and tell stories and keep my entertainers' wits about me.
It's fitting that the man known for playing Captain James Kirk all those years ago on board the USS Enterprise holds a special place in his heart for exploration. In 2021, he did it for real, traveling to space aboard the Blue Origin. At 90, he became the oldest person to reach the final frontier. And that passionate curiosity today is as strong as ever.
The nature of exploration. Why is mankind, why did we get out of the tree? And why did we build a building? Why did we build the temple? And why did we raise that? And why are we going into space? And why are we this omnipresent drive to discover, whether it's something inside us, whether it's medicinal, whether it's philosophical, or whether it's in outer space.
Analyzing the unknown, he says, is captivating.
Where does that come from?
The longer I've lived, the more in awe of the magic that we are by which we're surrounded. Everything around us is awesome. I mean, we've taken this thing of Zoom, by now. Yeah, well, I'll see you on Zoom. And you and I, you're in Indianapolis. You're 2,000 miles away from me, and I'm talking to you like you're next door or you're in the room. Not only that, I'm part of a company called Hologram. And Hologram, so I joined it like 6 months ago. It's a hologram. They were going to project the hologram and wanted me to be part. That's good, futuristic thing. I'll do it. A week later, I'm asked to be in Australia. And I said, I can't go to Australia to make an appearance in Australia. But what I could do is I could be a hologram. They said, great. So they put the telephone booth on stage there, the company Hologram, and I'm in a studio or in a place in Los Angeles, and I'm 4,000 or is it 9,000 miles in Sydney, Australia, 3D. And I answered questions. I could see the audience, so camera there. I'm 3D, like I'm inside a telephone booth, but totally visual. And I'm talking to the audience, and like I'm talking to you, totally trying to entertain them. And then when it was over, I said, "How did it go?" And the lady, maitre d', the lady, woman in control, said it was better than you being there, which I thought was very. So the magic of what we're surrounded by, both what we've created, mankind has created, and what nature has evolved, we take it for granted because we're so used to it. We lose, to say childlike, but it's even deeper than a childlike. We lose that newborn sense of awe and wonder about life. Oh God, it's raining. It's raining. How does it rain? The magic of hot air and cold air and condensation. Come on.
Is that what keeps you young? Just thinking about all this, keep your mind going. You're 93 years old. How do you stay so young and active? What's your secret?
I don't know. Of course, I'm asked that a lot, and I don't know what it is. I'm not, I eat well. I don't drink. I don't smoke. Um, I lead a healthy life. I lead a really healthy life, and I'm involved. I'm involved. I drive fast cars. I ride horses. I've got my dogs, my wife, my kids.
And 7 decades later, still so many fans.
Anything in particularly you are most looking forward to for Comic-Con in
Being in
Indianapolis?
front of the audience and having a talk like this and bewildered and beset by life like everybody else and discoursing on it.
Great to have you. Excited to welcome you to Indianapolis.
Thank you. I'm excited to get there. I know we're less than a handful of days away.
That's right. So, will this be your first visit to Indiana Comic-Con, or have you been here before?
I'm pretty certain this is the first time I've been to Indiana Comic Con. But you know what? I've been doing this since I was 23 now, since Battlestar was first on the air. So it is also possible that I have completely forgotten.
You have been involved in a lot of these projects. You've gone to events like this. What keeps you coming back?
I think it comes down to something so simple, and it's the interaction and the relationships with the fans. When I first started in this industry, I came out of theater, and that connection to the audience was something that I've always craved. And sci-fi conventions that are now conventions for so many other different things, but the convention circuit has always given me that chance to thank the audience, and talk to them and get to know them, and I wouldn't trade it. It's wonderful.
I think some people might, when they think about celebrities like you who have experienced so much success, they forget about that you really do appreciate and in fact need to see them and to hear from them.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The truth of the matter is that I would have no career without the fans. If they stopped watching my work, my employment would suffer. That's part of it. But it's so easy though. It's so easy to go to a convention and spend time with the fans, and I love it.
So if you had to pick, of all the projects you've done, one that stands out or was your favorite for some particular reason, which one would that be?
Oh my Lord. I think there's probably too many to really choose from, and every single job has something that has touched my life and changed my career in some way, and that I looked back on fondly. If somebody called tomorrow and said you could go back to any show that you want to go back to, or any job, and do it again for another 10 years, what would it be? I would always choose Longmire. The cast means so much to me, but I also love the groundedness of shooting something that exists in our timeline, and in a real place, and so I would always go back to that.
What is it about the sci-fi genre that attracts you?
It's what my dad raised me on. You know, my dad and my dad's a huge movie buff. And you know, he gave me that love of cinema and like was, you know, from a very young age showing me movies that I probably shouldn't have been watching. And I loved it. I ate it up. And so the moment that I had the ability where I was granted or had earned the luxury of choice in this industry, I started gravitating towards things that my dad would want to watch.
Cool.
Yeah.
What do you think the future holds for you? Are you going to continue to stay burning
Mm.
both ends of the candle, or are you going to slow down, or are you going to go to a different genre? Where do you see yourself?
Um, you know, I don't see myself not doing this for the rest of my life. There is there is something so visceral that I get out of living the life of other people. Um, and so much I've learned about humanity and myself by portraying other people and walking a mile in someone else's shoes. Um, I can't imagine not doing it. Um, that being said, I do have two kids now. So the jobs I choose to take are they've got to check a lot of boxes these days. So you know, I've just gotten a lot more picky as I've gotten older. But I will continue to do this forever. I can't imagine not.
Well, your fans will certainly be very happy to hear that. Katee, thank you so much for joining us. Looking forward to seeing you in Indianapolis here very
Thank
soon.
you. Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
And we are getting pumped for this year's Indiana Comic Convention taking over the Circle City starting tomorrow. Joining us to ring in all this fun is Chelsea Stoker, who's actually marketing director at Indiana Comic Convention. And Chelsea, we appreciate you being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So folks who aren't familiar with Comic-Con, they've never been to one, what can they expect?
They are a lot of fun. They're a way to connect with the fandoms that we consume every day. You know, Cobra Kai, Lord of the Rings, all these things. And it's a way just to meet fellow friends who also like that, but also connect with the celebrities and get merchandise and talk about it all weekend.
Okay, well, we like some big names. What are some celebrities we can expect this year?
Yeah, Andy Serkis is going to be here Saturday. We have Reagan Redford from Young Sheldon. We have Mary Mouser from Cobra Kai, William Shatner from Star Trek, and we have over 40 celebrities right now. So there's quite a few, a little bit for everybody.
40 celebs. So we know we spoke with William Shatner as well as Katee Sackhoff. I'll tell you where you can watch that. But there were also, how will this be different from past years?
Yeah, we have all new panels. So the panels change a little bit every year. And what those are is it's a way to discuss your fandoms. There's also game shows, sing-alongs. There's a has-been sing-along that's really popular that people like. But that's another way to connect. And then also we have a Blockbuster. All the way from Bend, Oregon. They brought all original pieces from Blockbuster. So it's a way, you know, like I showed my kids what, you know, like what we used to do before streaming, right? Like go pick out your DVDs and stuff. Yeah, exactly. And Sandy Harding from the last Blockbuster is going to be there too.
For anybody that doesn't know what that is, go Google it because it was a thing every Friday night. You got Blockbuster and pizza. It was a thing. So I'm always shocked at how into these people get. I mean, they really show up in costumes and really deck out for this.
They do. It blows my mind how creative and articulate people are with these. They really get into every last detail of it. It's so fun. It's just a way to engulf yourself in another reality sometimes and escape the mundane things of the world.
Yes, yes, and we certainly need a little bit of a break these days for sure. So what do fans need to know before the event kicks off?
Yes, you can get tickets online at indianacommicconvention.com, and if you use promo code INDY, it'll give you 15% off tickets as well, and kids 10 and under are free. But you can also purchase tickets at the door. They are a little more expensive if you wait, and they might sell outside. Get them online.
Yeah, just be proactive, plan ahead. Really cool that the kids can come too, because Indiana is such a family-oriented, family-centered community. Chelsea, thank you for being here.
Thank you.